let's go into the full court press more, because you know I like to go into the albums. I really like to go into them in the details. How long did it take to make this album, Full Court Press?
I ain't gonna front. And shout out again to my brother Wavy. It took a little, not really a little second, because me and Wavy. The crazy part is, me and Wavy probably been fucking with each other as far as us knowing each other and working with each other. Probably like a year. It probably going like a year now. Not matter of fact, it's no December. It's a year and a month. We started fucking with each other last year, November. That's when I first put out Homicide. That was the first song I put out with Wavy. And we put out like 2 Lucy's after that. And he was just sending me random beats. He like, yo, you get busy. And I got put on to him through Bub. You know what I'm saying? So like, this shit is all like a food chain. You know what I'm saying? So he put me on a Wavy. We linked up. And he was
Where's Wavy from? Because I don't know where he's from.
Wavy, he's in Brooklyn, but he's from Florida.
Got you.
So, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't up here that long before I started, you know what I'm saying, before I got introduced to him. He was only here a couple months type shit.
Okay.
So, we linked up, and it probably took us like, I want to say probably like, it could have been done if we would have really wanted to be thirsty and put it out, but it probably took us like a good 3 months. No. Probably like 3-4 months from once we first started getting the beats together it type shit.
Are these all the songs that you recorded in that process, or like some of them were left out?
We had other songs that we used as Lucy's that didn't make the album, but that was because we chose to use them as Lucy's just to, you know what I'm saying, keep our names in the loop, so when we drop the album, they know, okay, this is.
So what's the process when you go in the studio? Like, you're getting a whole bunch of beats from him and you just select and you write on the spot?
No. I write before I go to the studio.
Interesting. And so you got to find a beat to match, though. So are there times where you altering the rhyme somewhat and fixing it up so it can fit the beat that you like? Or
I mean,
it's got to be a perfect match?
I mean, it might be as far as the hook, but as far as like the lyrics, nah, because I'll sit there and listen. I'll listen to the whole, not even me knowing that's going to be our project. I'll listen to 10 beats and just vibe out for a little second before I write sometimes, because some beats might catch me off the rip. Like some beats might catch me off the rip. I instantly start writing because I get that vibe. Some beats I'm like, it's fire, but I feel like if I start writing too quick, I'm jumping the gun. Let me get the vibe, listen to everything, the snares, everything, to see where I'm gonna go with it, and then I take it from there. Sometimes I ain't gonna front. I 1000%. I'll be at the crib smoking, drinking a little bit. I'll just be listening to beats. And I hear a beat that I've been listening to, and I just start, you know what I'm saying, constructing something. A lot of times, though, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of my best rhymes come from work. I'll be at work. It'll be certain beats I'll be having in my head, whether it's original, it'll be in my head looping. So while I'm working all day, I got that beat, and I'm saying shit to myself.
And just jot some things down.
Every time I get a chance to dip into the bathroom, take a fake break, I'm typing in my phone. When I don't gotta help the ladies pack shit, I'm typing shit so I don't forget it, because it's like, all right, it's right there on the spot, nigga, you got to get this shit down. This shit is going to sound like something. If you don't get it now, you're going to get to the crib, try to recite it, and then you start smoking. Now it's over.
Quiet. Yeah, it's got to be something else. Yeah.
Sit.
And, you know, a little note about Wavy the God, like, what I love about him is that I love soul sample MCs. I love the soul sample. You know, my brother Bronze Nazareth, everybody that does a soul sample to a high level. The thing about Wavy, though, is that he actually attaches really dope grooves on it. It's almost like he gives you grooves.
Exactly. He don't just give you a sample.
He's not just throwing
a beat.
Said break beat on top of soul sample. He's giving you a groove in it, so he kind of augments the groove in the sample. And that's really dope. You know what I mean?
He's making it make sense.
What happens is that he makes a hardcore song into a hook, because I'll be all week, because I've been hearing your record all week. I've been just and I've been humming hooks and shit, and then I'll be getting mad because I have a good soul collection. I'm like, yeah, well, where did he get that? You know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure out some of the shit he gave in Uruku.
But you know what's so crazy though? Like, no lie, and I don't even really be talking about this, but it's crazy because like a lot of the hooks from, like, not a lot, but some of the hooks from that project, this when I was staying in VA, like a year and a half ago. I'm in the Lyft or the Uber going to the, or I'm driving, I got the car, I'm going to the studio. I'll have the verses, but I don't got no hook. I'm the type of nigga, if I'm going to the studio, I'm making sure I'm going there prepared. Because I'm paying my bread. So I want to get every minute, every second that I could get out of my session to record and get the full product. I'm on my way to the stew. Word to my pops, I'm going to the studio. I'm like, damn, I got 2 verses, but I don't got a hook. Now if I'm in the Lyft, I have the headphones. If I'm driving a car, I got it playing in the car. I'm listening to the beat. I'm making a hook up in my head as I'm going to the studio. Sometimes I get the writer's block on the way there. I can't do this. So now I just got to catch the vibe in the studio.
Right.
But I don't really like doing it like that. But sometimes it be
that's what happens.
Crunch time.
Right, yeah.
This when pressure makes diamonds. You nigga, this what you do. Get busy.
Are you satisfied with the crunch time songs? Have you been?
I ain't
when you
gonna
think
lie.
back?
Like, and this is all me. This is the first in all of my interviews. Like, this is yo. It's crazy because the crunch time, the pressure be crazy, but it also brings out the best sometimes. Not all the time.
Right.
I want to say like 80-85% for me personally, it bring out the best. Like, because it's like, nigga, you know how you move. You know you pay. You go there to record what you pay for. So you know you not going, nigga, you not going there to, don't think you about to go pull up to the studio and write a hook. Make sure you got a hook by the time you get to the studio. This is what I'm saying to myself. I'm in a whip, whatever I'm doing. I'm writing a hook. By the grace of God, I just finish it. Or as I'm pulling up to the studio, I just finish a hook. And it just be me in the moment.
Some of your hooks are very natural, like the All Right Okay. They just kind of, they go with the verses.
You could see. That's how I know you listen. That was one of the hooks where it's like, don't try to think too hard, but you got a time limit. Like, nigga, you about to pull up to the studio. You already got 3 other songs you have to record, and you know.
Right. And it seemed natural. It didn't seem like, what's the damn hook? Yeah, just with the like it really went good. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I want to throw out some of this stuff here. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these songs I really loved it, and I said this is a real hustler mentality battle bar record. You know what I mean? And it's for that energy. It's essentially, and it sounds cliche because of what WAVY Da GHAWD was doing, but this is like a hip hop soul album, like a gritty soul album. You know what I mean? And like, it's like, it's like David Ruffin if he was rapping. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a fact.
It just came off that way, and I like some of the catchphrases you do. Like, I've been doing that all week though. Like when my daughter does something cool, I'll be like, that's spooky. I've been saying that all week. Just trying it out. I'm trying it out.
Yeah.
You gotta let me try it out. I'm trying this shit out. You know what I mean? But like, there's such ideas, and I want to throw a deeper idea, just throw it out to you, because in my book and all these brothers I've been building with, though, I call like a lot of the greatness coming out is I've lumped it just not to cliche them because I go into detail about each one, but I call it like the crime rhyme MCs. And we usually expect to hear like just cliche shit, but some of the most insightful things are coming from brothers that have lived some shit in the street. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not just like, hey, I got this pack, and like that shit, but like real hard times, like what you do when you're broke, all kind of stuff, and coming up. And I thought about this with the All Right Okay song, and it was one of my favorites. It had such a natural flow. And I was thinking, like, the way you've explained yourself, your persona, your nature, like the contrast between a hustler surviving through a subtlety of visibility. In other words, no one's going to see you. You're going to do your shit on the low. You're not going to put yourself out there like that. You know what I mean? Quiet as kept. And then I'm thinking, but then now you're an MC. And it's almost like you have to do the opposite. You have to show your face everywhere.
You have to
talk about the times you was quiet as kept. And like, how is that transition going? Because now it's too late because I'm going to do what I'm going to do where now everybody's going to know you who knows what I do. You know what I'm saying? And now it's almost like the opposite. You got to be out there. You know what I'm saying? And like, how does that contrast in the whole nature of you making and creating things,
Sometimes it do be like, I think about it like, all right, maybe am I keeping it too real? But then I also think about it like, all right, if anybody who fuck with me really fuck with me, they gonna, know what I'm saying? They gonna, not just because it's me, but they'll listen to it and be like, all right, if they really know me or know enough about me to know about certain situations I'm talking about, they be like, all right, like he's really keeping it real. Like I keep it as real as I can. It could be me going through something or something I went through, or it could be one of my mans. But you never gonna hear me talk about, oh, I shot and killed. That's not me.
Understood,
I'm not. That's
understood.
not
Right,
my
right.
lane. That, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to whoever. That's their lane. That's their lane. But I keep it real. You know what I'm saying, I talk about things I went through, things I'm going through currently, or if I'm going through a lot of shit and I ain't rapped in a while or wrote nothing in a while, that just make me put out some of my best music.
Absolutely, because
so
a lot of this album served as a great inspiration for me. You know what I'm saying? Because this hip hop stuff and just life is a struggle, and you define that really well. And I want to take, because we're almost at the end of the show, so I gotta obligatory. I have to Michael Eric Dyson some bars here, and throw some bars that you had though. On the main event though, you had. I wanted to give you listeners an example. You might not hear it though, but of evident wordplay. And I have MCs up here, and I really love the cleverness of this verse here. And it was
I ain't gonna lie before I mean to cut you
Yeah.
off. Shout out to everybody else on that track. Shout out to Eddie Kane, John Jiggs, and Buck.
Yeah, and
I knew. It's always friendly competition. It's always friendly competition because
And
I know
I
they all
expected
get
that
busy
you would
and
have
vice
a great
versa.
verse on that, because those
And
guys
I had to go first.
Are going
So I'm
crazy
like,
because I didn't mention John Jiggs, but John Jiggs though has been he's been
he been
dipping
doing-
into his prime for a while.
He's been another name on Long Island that
his
a lot
latest
of people don't really bring up like that.
That latest EP with the great artwork, I forgot what it was called. The
with
revolving
DJ Schwab? Revolvers with DJ Schwab.
Yeah. Oh man,
Fire.
that's my favorite work of his so far.
Fire.
That's my personal favorite, and I told him
Jig,
that.
shout out to you. I just linked up with him in ATL because he stay out there now.
Absolutely.
My family stay
And
out there. I met
you
him
had
with
these
him.
bars. You said, "What's big fish to some sharks? Niggas be speeding till you gotta put them in park. I'm just playing my part like a half moon." Now skip along. For the love of money, niggas will change like a quarter. Can't trust them as far as I throw them. My arm bad. Just think about that for a minute. Rewind, check
saying,
that out. And there was cleverness throughout that whole verse. You know what I mean? And it still accentuates the persona. Sometimes a hardcore MC has the cleverness, and then it kind of doesn't come off hard. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And it just was dope. You know what I mean? And that song is one of my favorite because it did have that competition vibe.
If you
like
hear it,
everybody's
right?
like, "Oh, that's what you said. I'm gonna
And then
do this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really had that fun vibe and stuff like that, and it was just a great song. And then other songs, Full Court Press, where you said, "You ain't an artist unless the picture's painted." Come on, that's just not fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just had cleverness throughout, and there's really no, that's just cleverness. Pure illness right there. You know what I mean? And I do got to give it out. You mentioned your father and stuff, and I just love the way you left that heartfelt ode at the end of the album.
That's why I left it at the end.
It was really beautiful. You know what I mean? I lost my old earth, my mom, a couple of years ago, and just anytime I hear songs like that, it resonates very deeply. You know what I'm saying? And that whole thing about, you tend to miss that one time in the hospital.
One time
I know
you don't
exactly
do something
I know
is
exactly
when
what
you
you're
go
talking
bad.
about. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived through that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just this is beautiful music. There's so much things going on. You know what I mean?
That song took me a while to write. I ain't gonna front for it to be so short. It took me a while because I had to really sit down.
Right. I would
even
imagine.
broke down
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.